If you understand this story, your English level is B1. Hi everyone, I'm Emma, and today I want to tell you a story about a small decision that completely changed my life. A few years ago, my life was very predictable. Every morning I woke up at the same time. I went to work, did my tasks, came home, watched videos on my phone, and went to bed. Then the next day, I did exactly the same thing. Week after week, month after month. Nothing was terrible, but nothing was exciting either. I felt comfortable, but I also felt stuck. Have you ever felt like that? Like you're moving, but you're not really going anywhere? That's exactly how I felt. One evening, after a long day, I was sitting alone in my room. I was scrolling through social media when I saw a video of a woman talking about her life. She said something very simple. Your life will not change until your daily habits change. I don't know why, but that sentence stayed in my mind. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Later that night, I asked myself a question. What am I doing today that will make my life better 1 year from now? The answer was easy. Nothing. And honestly, that answer scared me. I wasn't learning anything new. I wasn't improving any skills. I wasn't challenging myself. I was just repeating the same routine every day. So I decided to make one small change. Nothing big, nothing dramatic. I promised myself that I would spend 30 minutes every day learning English. Only 30 minutes. I knew I could find 30 minutes. Everyone can find 30 minutes. The next day, I started. At first, it was not exciting. I listened to simple podcasts, I learned new words, I wrote short sentences. Sometimes I understood everything. Sometimes I understood almost nothing. There were days when I felt motivated, and there were days when I wanted to quit. 1 week later, I didn't see much progress. 2 weeks later, I still felt like a beginner. After 1 month, I started wondering if it was worth it. Maybe I wasn't talented enough. Maybe I started too late. Maybe English was just too difficult for me. But something inside me said, keep going. So I continued. 30 minutes a day, every day. No excuses. A few months later, I noticed something interesting. I could understand videos that were impossible for me before. I could read short articles without translating every word. I could think in English for a few seconds at a time. These were small improvements, but they felt amazing. For the first time, I could actually see the results of my effort. Then, something unexpected happened. I joined an online group for English learners. People from different countries were there. Some were beginners, some were advanced. One day, I decided to join a voice chat. I was extremely nervous. My heart was beating fast. I was afraid of making mistakes. I was afraid people would judge me. But I joined anyway. When it was my turn to speak, I made several mistakes. I forgot words, I spoke slowly. Sometimes I stopped in the middle of a sentence. But nobody laughed, nobody criticized me. Instead, people listened, they encouraged me, and they understood what I wanted to say. That day taught me an important lesson. Most people are too busy worrying about themselves to judge you. We often create fears that are much bigger than reality. After that experience, my confidence started growing, not only in English, in life. I became more willing to try new things, more willing to make mistakes, more willing to leave my comfort zone. A year later, I looked back at the person I used to be. I wasn't perfect. I still had a lot to learn, but I was proud of myself because I had kept a promise, a small promise, a promise that many people make but never keep. And that's when I realized something important. Success is rarely the result of one huge decision. Most of the time, it's the result of hundreds of small decisions. The decision to study when you're tired, the decision to continue when progress is slow, the decision to believe in yourself when nobody else does. Those small decisions change everything. Today, when people ask me how my life started changing, they usually expect a big answer. Maybe a lucky opportunity, maybe a life-changing event, maybe a special secret. But the truth is much simpler. My life started changing when I decided to improve just 1% every day. That's all. Looking back, learning English gave me much more than a language. It taught me patience, it taught me discipline, it taught me confidence, and most importantly, it taught me that small actions become big results when you repeat them long enough. So let me leave you with one question. What is one small habit you can start today? Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Because 1 year from now, you might look back and realize that this small decision changed your entire life. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.